How are you responding then to these reports this evening that Yevgeny Prigozhin may have been killed in this plane crash?
I was closely following in Russian Telegram channels, and you know what my eye catches immediately as an expert in Russian disinformation, as how quickly Russian official sources confirmed that Prigozhin was listed among the passengers. It took about 2 to 3 minutes for them since the information appeared about the plane that crashed, that they confirmed that Prigozhin was among the passengers. He was on the list. So, and then the other thing, which is very obvious, is that immediately the Telegram channels linked to Prigozhin Wagner mercenary group started to circulate information that this plane was shot down by Russian air defense systems. So these two messages immediately came out after this information that the jet crashed, and this is very fishy. It looks like this all this situation is not clear, and it's very unclear what happened in reality. We now have confirmation that the second jet landed near Moscow, and other bosses of Wagner mercenaries confirm Prigozhin is dead, but I don't know if we will at all see his body if he was in reality in that plane.
What does this mean to you and to the security situation in Russia and in Ukraine? I appreciate this is instant analysis, but in your estimation, Maria, what is the significance of this?
Well, at the moment when this mutiny has started and until now, Putin was trying to show that he is still in the control of power in Russia. Because what happened 2 months ago showed us and everyone in the world how weak Russian power vertical is, and how actually it can be ruined by even such a relatively small group of mercenaries as the Wagner group is. So Putin was trying to show for all this period, for these 2 months, that he is still in full control of power in Russia. And this possibly is also such a move, because everyone will immediately show that this was his answer to the mutiny, and all blames and all responsibility Putin will be put on President Putin himself. So this means that Putin is trying to show himself as a very strong figure. And I see that among the Wagner mercenaries, they are now discussing if in their groups and their internal channels, if they have to put down their arms and go back and go to Moscow and find out what happened to Yevgeny Prigozhin. So on the other hand, this situation creates another instability inside Russian military command and Russian military groups, which are not in a good cooperation with each other.
That's an interesting part of this. So from what you have seen, there is a certain level of destabilization, of concern, of worry as to how those who are in the military should respond to this. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, especially those among those who are in the Wagner mercenary group, because they are discussing if in reality their chief was killed, and he was killed, as it's said in their channels, by Russian anti-air defense system. What should their response be? And shouldn't they go again to Moscow and ask questions of in Kremlin, what did they do to Yevgeny Prigozhin, because he was safe for some time, for these 2 months. So this all creates another situation which shows that there are multiple groups of influence inside Russia, and they all fight with each other.
And to be clear, and just, sorry Maria, just for clarity, are these Wagner mercenaries who are questioning what they should do now, are they currently fighting Ukraine in Ukraine? Where are they right now, these where you're seeing these reports emerge from?
Well, these reports are in their internal groups, but as we understand that there are no or very little Wagner mercenaries inside Ukraine, they were taken out of Ukraine and are elsewhere. Some of them are in Belarus, some of them in Russia, some of them went to Africa with Evgeny Prigozhin himself. So they are now dispersed everywhere, but they are still the power that can create a very big instability inside Russia.
Gosh, that's an interesting consideration here. So remaining members of the Wagner mercenary group questioning what they should do next in response to these reports that their boss, their leader, Yevgeny Prigozhin, has been killed. And it's interesting, Maria, to highlight that instability inside the Russian military command. One of the points we were considering a few moments ago was that if this was an order from Putin, and if indeed Prigozhin has been killed as a result of an order from Putin, perhaps that does suggest that he maintains some authority and some influence.
Yes, he had authority and influence, and the question is now if indeed he is dead or he is not on the scene anymore, together with Utkin, his very close ally and actually the founder of the Wagner mercenary group. If they're out of the scene, is there anyone else in this group who will be able to take the leadership and to, so to say, to show the Wagner mercenaries the way where should they go, and to tell them what next steps they should make. If there is someone there, or for example, Kremlin has already someone ready to take up this position. Because as I have said, there are multiple groups of influence inside Russia, and they all fight with each other. And it's very unclear who is doing what and who is staying behind what situation and how this will be used.
Maria, we're very grateful for you joining us on the programme. Thank you very much, and thank you for such helpful insight into what's going on. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks. That is Maria Avdeeva, who is a Ukrainian security expert. Let me just bring you this, that US President Joe Biden has been briefed about the crash of a private jet in Russia. This from the White House. Yevgeny Prigozhin has been listed as a passenger on that plane. That is the breaking news that we are reporting for you on Times Radio this evening, and that we are reacting to as we try to clarify exactly what has happened.